Hi, guys. I have full disclosure right now. I don't really 100% have a plan for tonight. I know the stamp set that I'm using, and I know the papers that I'm using and the ink colors that I'm using. But other than that, I'm just kind of going at it blind. Honestly, I craft best that way. Um, so yeah, I'm actually just gonna flip my. Actually, we're pretty good for. If you have any problems seeing me or hearing me, or if it freezes, let me know. So yeah, masculine cards has been my theme for the entire month, and today is no different. But I notice sometimes that when you look for masculine cards, either on Pinterest or on Google, they tend to be dark and dreary and darker colors. So today I'm actually the only color that I'm using that's a little bit dark is Night of Navy. And I'm not even 100% sure if I'm going to use this for anything other than perhaps a matte layer. So yeah, I've got Night of Navy. Oh, itchy nose. And I've cut some little squares of crumb cake. I have an idea brewing. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I've also got some of the In Good Taste designer series paper. Hey Vicky, I love this paper pack. It is so textural and so lovely. So I've only got this set or this sheet out today, but this is side one and that is side two. I'm thinking I might use that side. And I've also got, Very Vanilla Granny Apple Green, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite greens. And just a small piece of the Artistry Blooms designer series paper. This I totally overlooked in the annual catalog, and I got it in my last order, I think. I really like it. It's subtle on one side for most of the patterns, and a little bit busier, but not too much busier on the other side. And I've got some black matte dots to play with. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. And my inks, Night of Navy, Soft Suede, and Crumb Cake. I've also got my Corner Punch. I was going to use some dies, but I decided last minute that I was going to just use a punch, just in case people don't have the dies. Because with the corner rounder, even if you don't have the punch, you can just round it with a pair of scissors. And the Enjoy the Moment stamp set. So I'm just going to flip my computer and we're going to get started. Okay, point it down so you guys can see what I'm doing. My kids love these guys. We call them helicopters. We've made them out of paper. We collect them. They're all over the house in the fall. They're just a lot of fun no matter how old you are. Whoops. And I just dropped that guy on the floor. Gonna be a good day today, guys. Okay. So I'm actually going to do the crumb cake. Got three, they're 1 3/4 inch squares, and I've got 3 of them. I'm gonna grab my stamp block, and for this one, I'm gonna do Soft Suede. Okay, and another way that you can do these is just, and then I'm just going to do my corner rounder, and I'm going to do 3 of out of on that side. You just slide it in until it doesn't go any further, and then just simply press down. It also has this little detailed corner and a little hole for ribbons. Okay, so for the stamp set that I am going to be using, which is sometimes the most fun way to craft. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to do this on the Night of Navy. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, so that the pointy corner is going up this way. Adhesive. Oops. Top piece, bottom piece, middle piece, just so that it's evenly spaced out, or as evenly spaced out as possible. Actually, I'm going to pop that one up on dimensionals if I can find any. Nope, not today. All right. Actually, I think I'm going to do that instead. So we've got our 3 little helicopters, and then stamp set. I love the sentiments in this too. Good things are worth. I love the sentiments in this too. Good things are worth. Stamp. I haven't used this set much, but I think it's actually been on my desk for a week, and I've been starting to use it just a little bit more. I think I'm going to do this one in the Night of Navy so that it coordinates with the back. And all right, so there's our little note card. Easy peasy, done. But I do think it needs a little something extra. So, and I'm going to do the medium size. With the rhinestones, there's 3 sizes in the package, the small ones, the medium size ones, and the large one. So I'm just going to grab the medium, and I think I'm just going to do 1 on each corner. There's nothing wrong with a little extra bling on your cards. So that one's fairly quick, fairly easy. I'm going to show you something that's even easier though. I made a card similar to this. My mom had put in an order or a request for, I think, 6 or 8 birthday cards. And I used this set because she needed something for just about everybody. So I'm going to do this tall thistle looking flower. And we're going to make it, actually, I think we're going to use the little note stamp again. Okay, now my designer series paper I have cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and the Night of Navy is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so I've got the little thistles, and I'm going to grab my Night of Navy again. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is ink it up, make sure it's well inked, and then slightly below, I'm just going to do it on some scrap. I'm going to just position this slightly below my paper edge. Okay, so there's one. Looks a little bit like it was done. It's growing against a brick wall. And maybe we need a second one. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing, just kind of position it over a little bit and maybe a little bit lower just to give it some dimension. Okay, and then if you wanted to maybe blend in some of the color a little bit, color, I'm just going to, and it's going to pull a little bit of the ink color. And your Wink of Stella brushes are empty, slightly glittery watercolor brush. Actually, no, I think I'm going to change my mind. And this is going to be, there's nice scripty one. All right, where you'll also find this. Maybe I will do crumb cake for this. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to use the soft suede for my sentiment. I'm sure it does actually fit. Okay, it just fits, and I just put my arm in the ink pad. You know what? You shouldn't make cards when you're tired. Oh well. At least it'll be entertaining. All right. So the happy birthday sentiment fit. Had I been thinking, I probably would have stamped it onto my card first and then lined it up in my punch. But it's fine. It worked. Okay. So I'm going to take dimensionals on the back of my big oval. And figure out where I want to stick this guy. Maybe I'll just put it up here. And then I'm going to take 2 more dimensionals and put it on my smaller oval. Our third card, and I think I'll do one more and then we'll call it a night. Okay, so I'm going to stamp directly onto this designer series paper, the Artistry Blooms, and I'm going to layer it onto Very Vanilla, which is one of my favorite colors. And then this one, I'm going to use, I'm not sure what this flower is, or what seed pod maybe. It's this puffy thistle type one. And then again, I'm going to use the blue just because it does tie into the other blue. And I'm going to do, I don't know, 3. 1. And then the third one there. Okay, so there's our 3 done. And I'm going to use the friendship stamp set, or sentiment. Okay, friendship is found in the simple things. I think I'm just going to grab one of my Stampin' Sponges as well. And I'm just going to flick the edges just to give it a little bit more dimension. You can do that directly onto your ink pad as well. Using a sponge gives it a little bit more control. And then you can kind of add a little bit more where you would like and keep going over it until you're content with, the way it looks. Quick and easy, and yet they look so stunning. All right. And there we go. For next week's last masculine card craft along, I am going to do the Well-Suited Designer Series paper. And for that one, I am going to explore a couple of different folds that we can use. So in about 20 minutes, we got 4 cards out of 1 stamp set and 3 4 colors of paper, and 3 4 and by 5 1/4 pieces of Designer Series paper. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Have a great night, and I will see you soon.